In their first game since losing Jamal Murray for the season, the Nuggets snapped their losing streak with a decisive win over the Miami Heat. I'm Madelyn Burke for Sports Illustrated, along with Ben Pickman and Michael Pina. And guys, a lot of concern when Murray went out, obviously, but how good can Denver continue to be without him, Ben?
I mean, they're still going to be a playoff team, but I think they're very much more a middle of the road Western Conference playoff team than a legitimate Western Conference final or NBA final contender, right? If you look at it, they still have Nikola Jokic, who's going to potentially win the MVP or is an MVP frontrunner at this point, and he's obviously still very capable of dominating opponents, but a lot more is going to be put on his shoulders and the shoulders of some of the teammates now around him, right? Among them, Michael Porter Jr. And when Porter Jr. and Jokic play together as just a duo, they have a plus 7.9 net rating, so they're pretty effective. And we saw Porter Jr. against the Heat play, another really consistently good game. A lot more is going to be put on his shoulders, but the ceiling of this Nuggets team is so much lower without Jamal Murray. The addition of Aaron Gordon should continue to help, and it has helped them with Murray and will help them without Murray. But this is a major setback, and the team's ceiling is significantly lower because of his absence.
Yeah, I second a lot of what Ben said. This probably takes them out of championship contention, but they're still a very good team and have the MVP frontrunner on their side. In the playoffs, Nikola Jokic will probably play over 40 minutes a game, and sometimes it doesn't matter who else is on the floor with him. His passing and shot making are enough to single-handedly generate elite offense. But for the Nuggets to win a series or even two, they'll need Aaron Gordon and Will Barton to play make a little more. They'll need Michael Porter Jr. to sustain his efficiency while carrying more of a scoring load. They'll need JaMychal Green and Paul Millsap and Monte Morris to be as sturdy as they've been, maybe even sturdier. They'll need them to hit open threes. There's a lot of talent and chemistry on this team and matchup pending. They can still do some damage in the playoffs, but losing one of the league's most thrilling postseason performers from the past 2 years is probably too much to overcome if winning the championship is their ultimate goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a championship is kind of slipping out of their grasp with this one. But, credit to Jokic and to Michael Malone for really keeping this team focused. Jokic, 15th triple-double of the season in that win last night. And I think a lot of the guys on that team are saying, you know what, let me level up as well. And Malone said, you know what, I feel like there was just joy in how we played against the Heat. And he also cited that one of his challenges that he pointed out to this team was that they hadn't been playing with joy even before Jamal Murray went down with that injury. So trying to reinvigorate this team is helpful. But both of you guys brought up Michael Porter Jr. I think, he stepped up with 25 points, 10 rebounds against the Heat. But he does have to be consistent if this Nuggets team can continue to find success without Jamal Murray.